Gilmore needed to stop the ball earlier there. It left Dean Tate stuck under the basket, which left Morrill wide open from the corner. Looks like they're going to give Durante Lee a foul on the rebound.
Rangers. Trimble. Tough take to the bucket around a couple of guys.
Yeah, Vilkovsky overcommitted there on the catch. Trimble took advantage and went right to the bucket. Heads up play there by Gilmore. Once he got to half court, realized no one was getting in front of him to stop him and got to the rim.
First foul on Parkside.
You can see right here, Gilmore does a good job staying with the rebound. Gets past Morrill, and there's no one in front of him. The last second, Flanagan has to come over to make a play. I think free throw shooting is another area that the Pride can really work on in the offseason, shooting just under 70% as a team. On the turnover, Dean Tate, nice lead pass behind the back. Good job by the Pride to get after it here. Right after Owens crossed the half-court line, they swarmed him.
And again with it. Trimble outside. Sidesteps to get some space and hits from three.
Yeah, tough shot there, but made it look easy.
Springs wide open in the corner. Baseline. Tough tag. Look at that. Under the bucket.
He's known to be a shooter, but right there using this two-handed scoop on the reverse. Where's that been all season?
Spring. Look at this.
The senior putting on a show. One stat where they can take advantage of that, and if they end up winning that category, they're going to have a good chance in this one because those offensive boards really gave a lot of good looks to the Parkside Rangers.
Give me one guy, if the Pride are going to win this game, one guy who you think is going to end up being the number one reason.
Well, I think it's going to be Gilmore. He had the hot hand, hit some big shots in the first half, and if he can continue to hit those tough shots, it's going to be hard for Parkside to make a run in this game because there was a few times where Gilmore came down with a man in his face and just drilled the shot. So if he can keep that up and play at a high pace on the offensive end, things are going to be good for the Pride. Yeah, it sure was, but we got to look at this season. There was a lot of bright spots in this one. Can't look at the wins and losses, but just the improvement from seeing so many guys come in here, new guys to this system, a lot of freshmen. They're going to be back, and now I think they've got the right coaching staff with them. They've got the right fire behind them. We're going to see this team come back, and they're going to be ready to play next year come GLIAC time.
I could not agree more.
We're back here at the half in Hammond, Indiana. The Pride storming back. They trailed by as many as 13 in the first half. Now they only trail by 2. Excellent finish. Couldn't have drawn that up any better. Pride have been good from outside so far. 5 for 10 from behind the three-point mark. You mentioned Dean Tate. He's been phenomenal here throughout the entire first half. He came in early after it seemed like Rich Robertson just really wasn't ready for the game. Dean Tate came in and was effective from the start. Throughout most of the first half, he had much of the team's half of the team's points, and then at the half now, he's got 17. This is probably one of the best halves he's had all season. Right now, the Pride, they're hanging around with the defending national champions, and they actually lost this game by 18 points earlier in the season, and really the reason why they lost that one, turned the ball over 24 times and got out-rebounded. Right now, they have turned the ball over 15 times. That's a big area of concern. They'd like to clean that up, but I'd say 75% of those turnovers came within probably the first 10 minutes of this game. Ferris State, they've been a disciplined team. There's been times where they've kind of lost track of things, but in the half-court offense, yeah, they move the ball around well, and that's a big reason why they have a big advantage in points in the paint because they move it around so quickly. It opens up guys around the rim. Ferris State leading in that category 23-12, and really that's only the biggest deciding factor I'd say in this one. Exactly, they're going to have to move the ball around, get some good shots because they had some luck there on their side from deep specifically, so we'll see if they can clean things up here and make that push to get past Ferris State. But Cameron, I want to thank you for joining us, and when we come back, we're going to have some former players here on the halftime show. So don't go anywhere here on the Pride Sports Network. Reardon got a hand on the pass, but it stays with Marquette Catholic here. Baseline jumper, that's smooth right there from Grott. Kicked back out now. It's Tarnow spin move. Nice find there to a cutting Kenny, and he finishes. Baseline drive, kicks out to Ciapone. Right back to Blum. Great ball movement there. Now Ciapone with the spin move on Johnson. Feathery finish at the rim. Entry pass down to Ciapone. Ciapone the face up. Hook shot, that's smooth. Rinkema's gonna have to throw up a shot here. That one is good to end the third quarter. Kavner once again pushing. They've got some numbers. They find Martin there on the wing. She drills that Strachan Benton Hill three-pointer. So now it's Thompson trying to split two defenders as Martin just picks her pocket for the easy layup. She's going to take this one past half. They find Nowak. Great pass over to Martin. She gets the layup to go. Handoff here to Davis. Now over to Anderson. Ciapone with it at the elbow. Good pass over to Blum for three. He cashes in a Strachan Benton Hill three-pointer. They get it into Howard. He goes right to the bucket. And that one's going to count for the and one. Good flare screen there to get Anderson some space. And he is feeling it. This place has just gone absolutely bananas. And how about that shot from Brandon Scott? Didn't get the start tonight, but he finished this one for sure. Hey everyone out there, welcome into a special edition of the Sports Report. We are live here from the Hammond Civic Center, historic Civic Center. Opened in 1938, and we're not here for a basketball game. We're indeed here for the 33rd annual induction dinner of the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. And we have 7 new inductees here tonight. We're going to get to hear from most of them. And in a second, we're going to be joined with our first guest. And pretty much the Sports Report tonight, we're not really going to focus on the current happenings in the sports world. Instead, we're going to get to talk to all of these Hammond Hall of Fame sports inductees. We're back here at the Civic Center at the 33rd annual Hammond Sports Hall of Fame inductee dinner. And now sitting next to me is Larry Hines Jr., a 1997 Hammond High graduate. And Larry, how you doing tonight? Down in Terre Haute, you started the Sycamore Striders Track Club. Can you talk a little bit about that? That's really cool. And so was your main motivation behind that was to get these kids exposure and get them out to get scholarships at the next level? That's awesome. And it's always great to see people going back and helping out younger kids to get them to the next level. So that's really cool to hear. Welcome back here to the Halls of St. George at the 65th Annual Sportsmanship Dinner. And now I am joined with Earl Smith Jr., who is on the committee. As a coach, how important was instilling sportsmanship in your program? Definitely. And you mentioned the game's changed a little bit, but do you still think there's that same level of sportsmanship that there has always been here in the region? I'm guessing you're leaning more towards back then. It was a lot more physical game. Your body had to be ready for it. And now we're just seeing some guys getting by, going out there and being able to sneak past guys. But would you say the physicality is really the one thing that's changed about the game? And I'm talking to Earl Smith Jr., who is on the committee for the sportsmanship dinner. And before I let you go, what are you looking forward to most tonight?